What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Golf Podcast USA Network. I'm your host, Brett Smith, and today it's a monster episode. We just got back from the PGA Show in Orlando as credentialed media, thousands of brands, tech everywhere, and it honestly felt like golf's future turned on all at once. A big thank you to my team, Jeff and Teresa. They were out there grinding the floor with me, hitting the boost, meeting the vendors, scanning the badges, collecting all the intel. That's how you do it. All right, here's what you're getting today. A real PGA Show recap. What mattered, what surprised me, and what golf is about to look like in 2026. The PGA Tour recap from the desert. Scotty wins the American Express at 27 under, and we got that pick right on our January 19th show, so that one feels pretty good. The breakout moment. 18-year-old Blades Brown shoots a course record 60 at the Nicklaus tournament course and was tied for the lead after the first two rounds. Then we'll roll straight into the Farmers Insurance Open and preview Torrey Pines. What to expect, who I like, and where the odds market is sitting. 2 course spotlights you can actually build a trip around. Number 1, Torrey Pines South. Public, iconic, US Open, prestige. Number 2, PGA West Nicklaus tournament course. That's right, the one that Blades just tore up. And then we'll get into a Winter Sim masterclass. How to use the sim to prep for these exact courses without building a fake game. And after the PGA Show recap, we're inserting the Tom Brady Sr. conversation. We literally sat in the middle of the PGA Show floor and talked about life, family, and golf. I also got to catch up with Oskar Åsgård of Toptracer. He's the head of product, and we talked about what happened in 2025 and what's to come in 2026. All right, I think that covers it all, so let's get into it. The PGA Show in 2026 was massive. The official recap said there was 34,000 plus industry pros from 90 countries spanning 1.1 million square feet with nearly 1,200 brands represented. That's the largest PGA Show in 16 years. And it wasn't just more people. It was more energy, more tech, more innovation. Equipment, training, media, simulators, everything is accelerating. And my big takeaway from the showroom floor was that brands just don't want golf fans. They want to reach the local golfer, and they want attribution. They want proof, and they want it to feel real. Speaking of real, the PGA Show Demo Day is basically adult Disneyland if you love launching golf balls. And I got to start with my heart lives, and that's with drivers. And I hit 2 drivers that absolutely stood out. Number 1 was the Cobra Optim X. First of all, Cobra sponsors this show, and I'm not just saying that because they're a sponsor. I'm saying this because it's true. I hit the Cobra Optim X at the booth, man, and the thing just goes straight and long. And that's a dream combo. Not perfect in a commercial long, but like real golfer long. And I'll tell you a quick story. So naturally, Cobra is a sponsor, and I wanted to visit their booth, and they just happened to be at the entrance of the media parking. So I walked to it, they have a DJ going, and I instantly go get the club. And I didn't warm up or anything, and my first 3 shots were dead on straight. That never happens to me, like not warmed up. So this club, you're not fighting it to get it to go straight. If you can get a ball in the fairway without fighting it, removing the friction, that's scoring. And if you want to check one out and support the show, you can go to golfpodcast.org/Cobra. Even if you're not a Cobra guy, this one's definitely worth checking out. All right, second driver moment. I hit the Callaway Quantum Triple Diamond at the Toptracer range on demo day, and this one goes long, period. And I'll give you a quick story because it tees up a segment later in the show when we drop in our Toptracer interview. So I play this little game with myself, and anytime I'm at a Toptracer range, I try to see if I can't sneak into the all-time top 10 on the long drive leaderboard. Not because I'm some big long drive guy, just because it's fun and it makes practice feel more like a game. Well, I'm at the PGA Demo Day, and I managed to squeak in at number 8 with a 309. Now, before someone says, okay, buddy, I'm telling you that for one reason. Toptracer makes practice social and competitive, and it's legitimately addicting in the best kind of way. If you want to see it, you can open the Toptracer app, search the range PGA Demo Day, and you'll find Brett R. Smith sitting there with a 309 at number 8 on that leaderboard. Again, this isn't a flex, it's a reminder. You can turn practice into a game. You can compete with your buddies, and you can chase personal bests. And it's part of why Toptracer is so sticky. I actually tell Oskar about this top 10 at every range game later in our interview. And I'll do a quick one on irons, because there was one set that really stood out to me, and that was Tacoma. These irons are clean, they're sexy, and they're affordable. They look premium without the premium tax vibe. If you have been thinking about updating your sticks and you want something that looks sharp in the bag and feels like a serious set, Tacoma is absolutely worth a look. You can check them out at tacomogolf.com. That's TAKOMO golf.com. People have been asking, so what won at the show? Here's a clean answer. There really wasn't one winner. It was categories. But there were official awards, so let's talk about what got voted to the top. Let's start with the new product zone. From the PGA Show's official recap, attendees voted these as the top 3 new product zone winners. Number 1 is Air Support. This product is basically an inflatable blanket that wraps around your golf clubs before you put it into your travel bag. So when the airport baggage handlers are throwing your clubs around or you're piling your clubs with your buddies in the back of your clubs stay protected. You can see how it works at their website, airsupport.com. Air is spelled AYR, support.com. Number 2 is T-Box Caddy. It's an all-in-one app for golfers. Find tournaments, manage teams, track payouts, play smarter with the built-in digital rangefinder and AI Caddy. Everything a golfer needs in one app. You can learn more about the T-Box Caddy app at tboxcaddy.io. Number 3 was Pinned Golf. Pinned Golf has a couple different products, but one really stood out to me, and that was the Soundstick Pro. The Soundstick Pro is not like any old Bluetooth speaker. This thing has a greens heat map, a full-color touchscreen, and a live leaderboard. You can learn more about the Soundstick Pro at pinnedgolf.com. Now for the Inventor Spotlight Awards. The PGA Show recap also listed Inventor Spotlight Awards, and here are the winners. The Best Product Pitch Award was given to Heatbox by OneBox. The Heatbox is a comprehensive heat and safety emergency response solution designed to prevent heat-related illnesses and provide real-time intervention. This sounds like something you might want to have on hand when you're squeezing that second 18 in July. You can learn more about the Heatbox at lifesavingonebox.com. The Pinnacle Award was given to Chipped. Chipped Golf is a putting-specific chipped golf ball with embedded electronics that track your putts in real time. Paired with the Chipped app, it gives you instant feedback on launch, roll, speed, and putt outcomes. To me, getting data on your putts is tough, especially like in a simulator. So this product really is something that you might want to check out. You can learn more about Chipped Golf at chippedgolf.com. That's spelled CHIPD golf.com. And that takes me to the coolest thing I personally saw at the PGA Show, and that would be the PuttView app. Here's a quick description. It's an augmented reality green reading app, and that gives you a visualization of slope, break, speed, and starting line right on the putting surface using your phone or tablet. Now, let me be very clear. This is not legal for tournament use. PuttView says that directly about their AR solution right on their website. But for the average player, this is practice gold because it really does train your brain. Most golfers struggle because they can't hit a 10-footer on a flat line. They struggle because they don't see the break and they don't trust what they're seeing. What PuttView lets you do in practice is overlay the truth. You see what the green is actually doing and you can pair that with your feel. And over time, you build green reading muscle memory. So when you go play a tournament or a competitive round without any app, you've still trained the mental model. What a 1 to 2% slope actually looks like. How different speeds change the amount of break. When to start it higher is real, and you're just guessing. So that's the value. It teaches you how to read greens faster with more confidence. And the other part that makes it stand out is the ecosystem around it. It's not just show me a line. It's built to support actual improvement. practice structure, training modes, drills you can do to sharpen your pace control, start lines, and green reading reps, even when you're not playing a full round. So you've got two powerful layers: AR visualization to calibrate your reads, and practice tools to reinforce the skills with reps. This is what the show felt like in 2026. Not buy more gear, more like practice smarter. Chipped makes putting measurable, PuttView makes greens visible. Put those two ideas together and you've got a theme for the whole week. Remove the friction, accelerate the learning. So that's my best in show answer. There wasn't one product, but if you ask me the coolest thing I saw for golfers who want to score lower, especially on the greens, PuttView is right at the top of the list. And if you've ever used anything like AR green reading for practice or got questions you'd want me to ask them, send it my way. And if you want to learn more about the PuttView app, go to putview.com/app. All right, now I want to transition with a quick shout out. Before we get to the tour recap, a quick shout out to RingLine, because that booth led to one of the most memorable conversations of the entire week. We sat down with Brady Sr. and talked golf, family, and what the game teaches you. This one's real, and it's about 10 minutes. All right, here's the conversation. We'll get back to the recap of the American Express after the interview.
A lot of happy people down here, a lot of golfers.
There are a lot of happy people.
Yeah.
Like I've ran into like zero problems, positive attitudes. Like,
yeah.
This is a very good community.
I agree.
Yeah. You ready? All right, I'm Brett Smith, and I'm here with Brady Sr., and we're going to talk a little golf.
Thanks, Brett. Good to be here with you.
Thank you. I wanted to ask you, who got you into the game of golf?
When I was 7 years old, a parish priest got me into the game of golf, and I used to play in San Francisco, and we used to go out to Golden Gate Park and play golf out there with a bunch of guys and a couple of dads and stuff, and so it was always a lot of fun. At Golden Gate Park, it's par threes, all par threes.
Right on. And when did it hook in for you? Like, when did you, like, because you're...
I've always really golf in college, and then since college, it's, it's just a game among friends. And every time you go out there, you're out in the fresh air, and you're out there enjoying your day, and it just doesn't get any better. It's 4 hours away from worrying about anything except dropping putts, and I don't worry about that.
How seriously do you take the game?
Now I don't take it seriously at all. Like now it's strictly out there and have fun, and oftentimes I'll go out to the golf course now, and my wife will play, and I'll ride the golf cart, or I'll go fishing for golf balls or whatever it might be. But I'll play once and a half or twice a week. I play one 18 and maybe another 9 once a week.
Where do you like to play the most?
Where do I like to?
Yeah, like if you were to say, Brett, you should go play this place, what would you say?
I think there's a million places. I think golf's mecca that will be a fabulous golf course, probably one of my absolute favorites in the world in Northern California, called the Cow Club, and it's just spectacular. But I've been blessed to be able to play a lot of different ones, so it's hard to say which one is the favorite, but you don't go wrong playing Pebble Beach or Cypress or Spyglass or a Cow Club, and so I've been very lucky on that.
That is a very lucky place to live. That is the golf mecca.
Yeah,
Southwest.
Sure. Olympic clubs there, and we've got a lot of great ones.
How about like other states? Like, have you played, like, we're here in Florida, like Stream?
I love Stream Song. It's with my wife, and we played, and then I came up with guys, and we played for a few days. My wife and I played for a few days. It's Bandon Dunes of Florida.
Yeah.
It's just very great golf courses.
Have you been out to Bandon? Played Bandon?
I have played Bandon the day after Pacific opened. I think it was probably 25 years ago.
Yeah.
And I played it that day. I haven't played it, Old McDonald or any of the others that have to Bandon and Pacific.
That course, like, in the Northwest, that's probably, there's Chambers Bay.
Yeah, I never played Chambers Bay.
That one's a tough walk.
Yeah.
I played it one time, and it's
I remember watching,
tough.
was it the U.S. Open, and Johnson 3-putted from 15 feet on the last hole, cost him probably 2015 or something, and
Yes.
they hit the putt. It was just but it was a terrific.
It was like putting on this stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what happens in the fourth day of these golf, the U.S. Opens. The grass is so brittle and it's so fast and it's so baked out, and they're just tough. And like somebody said, we're not trying to intimidate anybody. We're just trying to identify the best golfer.
Do you go to many PGA events? Like,
A lot. I go to when the U.S. Open is at Pebble or Olympic or whatever. I think it's in Pennsylvania this year, isn't it?
New York.
Is it New York? I thought it was Pennsylvania.
The U.S. Open, New York.
Oh, of course, it's Shinnecock.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a little brain freeze, but yeah. And Shinnecock is great. That's one of my favorite courses as well.
You play that one?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I've never been out there.
There's a lot of great ones out there. They got Shinnecock and Symphonic, and of course, the National is just absolutely magnificent.
So you've been playing your whole life, and your family plays. What does golf mean to your family?
Everything. We had a special birthday last year and had our 4 children for my very special birthday, and we were all able to get together and we play golf.
Is that the dream foursome?
Dream sixsome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we were able to play down in Palm Springs in La Quinta.
Okay.
And had a wonderful time there.
That's what is there this weekend, actually.
PGA has got the Amex
Yep.
back there.
Yeah.
So American Express is there every year, and it's really fun. They're playing PGA West and they're playing La Quinta. And, it doesn't get much better. It's just a little cool for this area. Generally, at this time of the year, it's about 81, 82, and that's the weather I really like.
What advice would you give yourself as a new golfer back then, today?
Well, it's hard. The one is to enjoy it. On the other hand, I think most of us, when we were younger, we may have been throwing clubs and frustrated and thinking that we were going to step out on the PGA Tour. The key is, I would say, just enjoy it, and sports. But if you love golf, go for it. It'll give you. I have a friend of mine I just saw recently, and he was a member of the Cow Club, Will Zalatoris, and he was playing at 2. And he and Ken Venturi used to belong to the Cow Club before he died, and in fact belonged to it for 50 years. And he said, don't ever. Saw Will practicing one day when he was like 5, and he said to his parents, don't let anybody touch that swing. It's just, and Will's such a sweet, wonderful man. It's just nice to like he is.
Nice. When it comes to playing, like, you have a bad hole, what do you do to reset?
Am I allowed to talk about drinking?
Sure.
No.
Whiskey, right?
Yeah, I don't, frankly, I don't have to ever reset. It's just, I'm just out there really, truly having fun and being with, when I'm playing, I'm typically playing with my wife or playing with friends, so I'm just there to have a good time.
Yeah. So the good round these days to you is just good time and just good friends?
Good times, good friends, and sometimes I'll keep score anymore. It's just, frankly, it's the scoring for me right now is not important. What's important is hitting good shots. I love hitting it, and you hit 1 or 2 really perfect. Not perfect, but perfect is I'm capable of these days. And it's just a fun time to get out there and accessories. I mean, the clothes. Oh my God! I'm glad my wife's not here. I'd be broke. But everything. It's just if you're kind of a golfer, you kind of get embraced by all of these things. So it's pretty nice.
Last question for you. What is some life lessons that golf teaches you?
Oh my gosh. Where do you start?
Right.
You could write a book. One thing I'd say is that be honest, work hard, enjoy, get it as much as you can. Life goes on pretty fast. I can tell you, mine's going on very, very fast. And so I just think that it provides you discipline, it provides you direction, it provides, it's a wonderful sport to be able to enjoy with friends who have gaps and have different abilities. It doesn't make any difference. You can't do that playing tennis, or you can't do that playing football or baseball, but you sure can do it playing golf. You go out there and just enjoy the company.
Yeah, I agree. I love the game of golf. I've played it my whole life,
Yeah.
so it builds character, and it's something I really would want to get my son into, and I think it would build character and like you said, honesty and things like that. So
all those
it's a beautiful
things.
game.
It sure is. Well, thanks for having me
Yeah,
on.
no
I
problem.
appreciate that.
Tom Brady Sr., everybody.
Thank you.
Well, how about that, folks? 1 minute you're talking gear and tech. The next thing you know, you're talking to Tom Brady Sr. about life and golf. Pretty special moment there. All right, back to the desert. Scotty Scheffler wins the American Express at 27 under, and it wasn't even close at the end. He wins by 4. There was a multi-way tie for second place, and that included Jason Day, Ryan Gerard, Andrew Putnam, all finishing at 23 under. Quick scoreline, pick performance callback. On our January 19th show, we said Scotty was the kind of anchor you could build picks around, and this week proved the point. The story everyone talked about, though, was Blades Brown. Blades Brown turned this tournament into a headline. He's 18 years old and shot a course record 12 under 60 at the PGA West Nicklaus tournament course, and he was tied for the lead with Scotty after the second round. That's not just a nice round. That's welcome to the tour energy. And that tees up our next segment perfectly because the tour goes from desert scoring to one of the best tests in golf. Next stop, Torrey Pines. Torrey is different. Desert golf can feel like a video game. Torrey feels like a test. Rough, length, and the ocean air. It's also a course with major pedigree. The South Course hosted the U.S. Open in 2008 and 2021, and it was renovated by Rees Jones with a redesigned work noted in 2001 and 2019. So what typically wins at Torrey? Well, Torrey usually rewards elite driving, carrying plus control, high-quality long iron shots, and patience because bogeys happen. And last year's Farmers' winning score was 8 under Harris English, and that tells you what kind of week it can be, especially if the conditions get spicy. And here's something else to note. Brooks is back. Yes, Brooks Koepka being in the field was a big headline on its own, and the odds market reflected it. All right, odds and picks. First, this is for entertainment only. It's not financial advice, and if you choose to bet, do it responsibly. Know your local laws, set limits, and never bet money you can't afford to lose. Now here's where the market was sitting entering the week. Xander Schauffele around plus 1,400. Ludwig Aberg around plus 1,800. Patrick Cantlay around plus 2,000. Cameron Young around plus 2,200. Hideki Matsuyama around plus 2,500. And Brooks Koepka listed in the mix, varies by book, but one mark had him at plus 5,500. The others shorter or longer depending on timing. My 3 picks to win: Xander Schauffele. He's a San Diego native. Plus, he's built for this test, and it's a favorite for a reason. Ludwig Aberg. Torrey fits the high ball flight plus power profile. And Cameron Young. The ceiling is real, and Torrey can reward that gear. My action storyline play, Brooks Koepka. If he's healthy and dialed, he's always dangerous. Now, if you want to get into the action and help the show out, you can go to Legends Casino, golfpodcast.org/legends. Availability varies by state. Play responsibly. Now, if you're going in person and you want grounds tickets for the Farmers, they were listed at $85 for Thursday and Friday and $100 for Saturday and Sunday. All right, Torrey Pines Spotlight. Torrey Pines is public and is owned and operated by the city of San Diego. Here's the basics. It's got 2 courses, the North and the South, but the South course is the Beast and the Tour Test. It's the Farmers Stage and the U.S. Open Stage. What makes Torrey's unique? Here's what it feels like and why it's different. It's got U.S. Open pedigree on a municipal course. That alone is wild. The ocean air and cliffs, you can literally be playing on top of the coastal bluffs in La Jolla, and the wind from the marine layer can make the club selection a little tricky. It's a long, demanding walk, and mentally, holes don't just give you birdies, you earn them. It's got some recent renovations. It's been modernized for major championships, and this is why it feels like a test, even for great players. Here's how to play Torrey, and this is a real strategy. If you want to score at Torrey, here's the blueprint. Number 1, fairways matter more than distance. The rough is a silent tax collector, so don't chase hero lines. Number 2, approach play is everything. If you're going to hit a long mid-iron shot, practice those. Number 3, take pars early. Torrey rewards patience. Don't turn 1 bogey into 2. Number 4, know your safe miss. Tour players pick sides of greens. You should too. Hit fat parts and putt. Okay, here's how to book it and what to expect. Official city portal info is here. sandiego.gov/Torrey-Pines. And yes, a non-resident rate is significantly higher, especially on weekends. And there are also booking and service fees depending on how you reserve your tee time. All right, here's how to build a trip around Torrey, what to do, and where to base. If you're traveling to Torrey, build it like this. Base near La Jolla for a classic coastal feel. There's easy food and quick access. Add a second round nearby if you can't get to Torrey twice. Make it a 2 or 3 day trip for a golf weekend. Mix in something non-golf so it feels like a real trip. Coastal line walks, beach time, food. And if you're booking the trip, flight, hotel, rental car, use golfpodcast.org/Expedia. It helps the show and it costs you nothing extra. Now we go to the desert. PGA West Nicklaus Tournament Course. Yes, the course Blaze Brown totally destroyed. This course offers bookable tee times through public tee time platforms and PGA West's own booking portal for resort play. Here are the basics. From a course standpoint, it's a par 72, about 7,200 yards, and a slope of 143. It's known for 2 island greens, a rare feature but very memorable. Here's what it feels like and why it's fun. This is prime winter golf energy. Clean desert visuals, dramatic hazards, shots that look simple until you realize desert carries are exacting. Here's how to play it and a simple scoring plan. Number 1, pick conservative targets off the tee. Don't be a hero. Desert trouble is brutal. Number 2, carry distance matters more than total. Don't chase rollout. Know your carry. Number 3, be elite from 125 to 175. The desert will give you chances. Convert those opportunities with irons and wedges. All right, here's how to build a trip around PGA West. This is a stack rounds destination, so plan it like this. Day 1, play the Nicklaus Tournament Course. Day 2, 1 score-friendly round, 1 tough test round. And then add a sim range session as a warm-up if you're traveling in. For travel planning, go to golfpodcast.org/Expedia. Helps the show, no added cost to you. All right, a sim masterclass. This is how you actually use a simulator to get better and prep for your travel golf without building an inflated ego. What sims are great for? 1, carry distance, the number 1 win. Number 2, gapping your bag, especially your wedges. Number 3, face and path tendencies. This is your common miss that shows up fast. Number 4, pressure reps. games like One Ball or tournament rules. What sims can lie to you about? Number 1, perfect lies. Mats can turn thin into playable. Number 2, rough and sand realism. It's just not the same. Number 3, wind and adrenaline. Real golf adds chaos. Number 4, green firmness and weird bounces. The sim is a lot cleaner than real life. Here's the sim plan to prep for Torrey Pines. Torrey is a long iron patience course, so here's some simple training blocks. Try 20 drives where the goal is the fairway. First cut, not max speed. Try 30 approach shots from 160 to 210 yards. Try 20 wedges from 90 yards to 130 yards. Then play 9 holes, 1 ball, full routine, no mulligans. That's how you travel with confidence. Here's the sim plan to prep for PGA West Nicklaus. Desert golf equals carry windows plus start lines. So practice carry targets over hazards. Use your fairway finder tee balls. Use dispersion over distance. And then your wedges. Flighted shots don't just hit full sends. And again, I hit the Cobra Optim driver at demo day. It's long and it wants to go straight. Cobra's Optim driver was also called out as a notable product in the PGA Show's official recap. So if you want to check out Cobra gear and support the show, go to golfpodcast.org/Cobra. All right. Up next is Oskar Åsgård. He's the head of product from Toptracer. And we talk what happened in 2025, what's coming in 2026, and their new product, Toptracer Go. And potentially how the app could become more social, because I want to play against the guy at my local range who randomly hit it 450 yards. Here's the interview. All right, I've got Oskar here from Toptracer. And Oskar, tell us what's new in 2026 with Toptracer.
So last year we cracked 45 million hours played on Toptracer, which is pretty crazy, right? Like, to put that into context, if every golfer in the world, 68 million, visited the range once, they would need to spend 40 minutes to get to that number, which is pretty insane, right? So what we want to do, like, we want to bring more golfers to the game, new players into the game, get them to the range, and make it fun, right? So we have this concept this year called Toptracer Go, where we're going to put QR codes at all the bays at our sites. And if you come there, you don't need to have an account. You don't need to have downloaded any apps. You just have your phone, you scan that QR code, hit a shot, and straight away you get your carry distance in that.
That's very cool. Now, I'm a Toptracer user. I have the app. I make a fun game of going to different ranges. I almost exclusively go to ranges with Toptracer because of the app. I want to track my stats and my longest drives and things like that. It is fun to go see what the course record is of the day. I like that feature. And I like to try to, put one out there and see if I can compete. Tell us more about the app.
Yeah, awesome. Well, appreciate to hear that. You're a keen Toptracer user. You sound like a super user. Love that.
You could call me a super user, yeah.
Yeah, awesome. No, I think with the app, when Toptracer started, it was all about can we get players to hit one more bucket of balls? How do we make it more fun? And obviously, gamifying it all, that makes you hit a couple of more shots. But to your point then, you want to track some stuff. So what we try to do in the app is kind of create a place where you can gap your bag. You can do one of our assessment tests, like T12 or Toptracer 30. And if you do that, you get a strokes gain breakdown of your game. One of the coolest features being that you can even input your handicap. So it's not often it's always comparisons to the pros. But if you're a 10 or a 15 handicap, you want to kind of benchmark yourself against the 10-15 handicap and see how you're performing in different parts of the game. So that's the type of stuff that you will get in the app if you play those type of game modes.
Now, I will say this. What you have is almost overwhelming. There is so much stuff that's a part of the app, like the monitor on the screen, the different games you can select. I will say a couple of my favorite. One is the long drive. Number 2 is the approach challenge.
Love it. That is my favorite, my absolute personal favorite.
Yeah, approach challenge is you get so much benefit that translates into on course. It's my favorite. My friends play. We play against each other. It's a lot of fun.
Love that. What's your best score on approach challenge?
Oh, geez, I have to look at the app, but actually, it's not my best thing. I just like to enjoy myself and just grip it and rip it.
Awesome.
I just moved to Colorado,
Okay.
and unfortunately, there's not enough. Like, how many are out there right now? And then in 2026, how are you guys trying to grow that?
Yeah, for sure. So if we look at it globally, we're just about to crack 1,500 ranges. So we're at just over 1,450 across the world. In the US, we're at 460, but it's growing fast. So over the past year, I mentioned we had like 45 million hours played globally. In the US, it's just shy of 9 million. And that's on a year-on-year, it's growing with like 25%. And that's due to like creating a more compelling experience, but also like growing the actual scale. What we're really excited about this year is what I mentioned there with Toptracer Go. That product is kind of like, if you have a setup like here, where you have an awning and you have screens and everything, that's kind of like the prime Toptracer setup. But we know that there are a lot of ranges out there that they haven't invested in a covered structure yet, but they have a lot of bays, and that's where this Toptracer Go product is going to thrive, right? Because we think that every range deserves a modern range tech experience, and even if you don't have the screen, with Toptracer Go and the ability to do stuff like that, we're adding some practice-focused games that are good fun in that as well. You just need that, like, a Toptracer system, the QR code, but operationally, it's easier to put in. It's a lower kind of entry level, like lower barrier of entry. So yeah, I think that will help expansion quite a lot.
So you're kind of pinging on what I was going to ask you next, because like in Colorado, the range that I went to, the setup is different. It's like the Wi-Fi version.
Yeah.
So they didn't have monitors, but
Yeah.
they had a Wi-Fi system that you would download the app and you would be able to do it on your phone. So for courses that are listening, we got shows in every state. So for courses, you got Go, the Wi-Fi version, and then the Primo one, right? Or is there more than that?
So actually, Go is replacing the Wi-Fi version. And what we want to do there is, like, we didn't think that the version with the Wi-Fi was, like, while the playing experience was nice, it wasn't as seamless to get on it. And we see that with Go, like, the usage increases massively. So we want to create like a fun, fast, frictionless experience, and that's what we have with Go. So Go is the entry level, and then you can go anywhere from, like here, covered structures. You can have monitors sitting outdoors under a covered structure. I guess like the end one is if you go all the way to like what we have in Japan, where we have the biggest ranges in the world with 400 bays covered by Toptracer. So like you can get literally anything in between there. Yeah, I'd say Go is definitely what we're super excited about. I think it's coming in at a price point really where I see a lot of clubs putting that in, and I think, I mean honestly, because with so much like new golfers coming in right now, a lot of them are skewing younger. That's definitely the case in Sweden, where we have the Toptracer R&D offices, and they kind of expect to get like stats on their shots. They don't like when you and I started golfing, like there was no tech on the range. And
I was happy to have a heater.
Exactly, right. Exactly, a heater. Well, we loved that back in Sweden, I'll tell you. It was brutally cold in the winters. But like you didn't have any chance of getting any sort of information on shots. Like you were standing there hitting shots and like, yeah, I think I was a little bit closer than you. I won that one, etc. But like now, it's instant, it's there, and yeah, it's the future. We truly believe it is.
So Go, it's available right now, or is
right now? Yeah, right now at Toptracer ranges, and yeah, that's what we're gonna roll out all across.
Well, very cool. I do have a little. I haven't been on the app in a while, so forgive me if you've upgraded and made this change. Let me know. I thought, this is just feedback.
Yeah, love it.
Is if there was a way to be more social on the app with the other users. Because I want to find that guy. Maybe you're the number one guy. I want to message you.
Yeah.
That guy hit a 450-yard drive. I want to play around with that guy. Hey, buddy, you want to play?
Almost like network gaming, like you want to drop in the lobby and challenge somebody.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'll have to be a little bit coy, but I like how you're thinking, and I appreciate the feedback. I'll put that back home to Sweden.
Yeah. All right,
Thank you
Oskar.
so much.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Brett.
Really appreciate it.
Pleasure having you over.
Yes, thank you. So that's the future. Tech that potentially makes practice more social, competitive, and sticky. I hope you enjoyed our interview with Oskar. Quick programming note across the network. If you've been listening, you probably noticed the winter golf theme. Tour storylines, travel spots, sims, gear. In February, we pivot. We're going back to our home base, local golf course highlights in your state, local golf stories, and we're covering NCAA golf teams throughout the season. We're also working on credentials to cover the NCAA championships in Carlsbad later this spring. All right, that's the end of the special, and if you enjoyed what you're listening to, share this episode with one golf buddy. And if you want the full catalog, every state plus destination shows, go to golfpodcast.org. And if you want to support what we're building, follow us on Instagram at Golf Podcasts. Visit our partners at Cobra Golf, Expedia, and Legends Casino. All of their links are on our website, golfpodcast.org. I'm Brett Smith. Thanks for listening, and always remember to tip your cart staff.